Greetings, everyone. Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is the day that, oh my gosh, my hair just looked like it don't have nothing. Like no shape at all. That in-between stage, like when you grow it out, it just becomes so interesting what happens in the growth part. Okay, so today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is the day that Mercury rules. Mercury is the planet that rules our thinking, how we process information, and our perception, our perceived reality, based upon our feelings, based upon how we were nurtured as children. We gather information. It's like Mercury is the gather of information. So that's why Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury rules Virgo. So Virgo is I think. Gemini, the mantra for Gemini is I think, and the mantra for Virgo is I analyze. And so this is the mercurial energy. It's literally thinking and analyzing. And then based upon the information, then your feelings, your heart then projects a reality. And so Mercury is at the 23rd degree of Pisces, and Pisces is the collective consciousness. It's the collective unconscious is what it is. It's the collective unconscious. It's the individual subconscious, and it is your creativity, your dreams. It is this sort of nebulous, formless energy that is the beginning of all things, is what it is. It's the beginning of all of it. The thing that's really, let me say this, I am profoundly committed to my own transformation, because I just don't think that there's anything else more interesting on the planet than learning who I am and what I can do and what's possible. And I also know that I can't discover any of that from the world. Like, there's not a TV show talking about it. There's not any actors talking about it. There are no clothing designers. It's just, it's a very unique experience to be in the process of deep self-healing and the ascension process. And the thing that I understand as I have studied is that this is all a simulation. We are literally trapped in this motherfucker. Okay, we're trapped on the earth. We're trapped in our bodies. People kill themselves. Doesn't matter. They come back with the same frequency, and they have to, whatever energy they were feeling when they killed themselves, they come back again and then have to work out that same energy. It doesn't go anywhere. You cannot free yourself from this stuff, but to ascend from it, outgrow it. So whatever your personal life things are, you cannot make them go away by doing anything externally. Only those things are there to trigger you into ascension. That's what they're there for. They're there to trigger you and get on your nerves so bad, make you so pissed off, so uncomfortable, that you decide to grow. That you decide that the only thing that I can do is grow. Now, I have had my own experience with this. I have tried relationships. I have tried money. I have tried like all of those things to make me feel fulfilled in my sense of purpose. And sometimes they work for a season and then they expire. But the reality is that we are all here to evolve. And these experiences that we're having are all aligned to our soul's purpose and dharma. And when we're in the shadow of our experiences, it's just because we're not awake. That's it. It's just because we're not awake. And when we're experiencing pain and health conditions and, relationship challenges and money, all of that is all to get us to wake up. It's all there to get you to say, I need to figure this out, right? Like, what is it? What's being asked of me? And so, in order to ascend, you have to become light as a feather. You have to lighten the fuck up. Like, you have to become as light as steam, you have to be able to move through the density of the egoic structure. You have to be able to move through this heavy, burdened time. Because here's the thing. We are in the dark ages right now. Literally what we are experiencing on the planet right now are the dark ages. That's why we're having all these wars and people are, racism and sexism and all that sort of stuff. Because it's the dark ages. And if we studied and understood time in relationship to how long the planet and all that sort of stuff has been here, and we weren't on the Jesus calendar, which is what, that we would know, we would have information, we would know that we are in the dark ages, but we don't know it because somebody benefits from us being ignorant, right? Somebody does. But we can wake ourselves up and stop being so ignorant. And for me, the waking myself up has been learning how to understand my astrology, how the energies inside of me work, and then holding myself accountable. And the beautiful thing is that the universe is gentle. The universe is really gentle. When you're having a whole lot of hard things going on, it's because you're not listening and the universe is really trying to get your attention. Because the universe is sweet and loves you and wants you to ascend and doesn't want you to be trapped in this earth realm. Because the earth, all of these beings are alive. The earth is alive. The sun is alive. The moon is alive. All of these are living beings who are also in their own ascension process. All of them are ascending because it's all frequency, right? So the moon lives off negative energy. Honestly, that's why, when we hear like sirens and stuff on the full moon and all that kind of stuff where you feel really bad, when it's a new moon or a full moon, it's because the moon ascends by absorbing negative energy and the sun by absorbing positive energy. And when we understand this, that negative and positive have to go together. You cannot have one without the other. You have to live in the experience of both of them and then become really neutral to the negativity and the positivity. And that's when the ascension begins to occur. And so you have to work with your mind. You have to purify your body. And this is not fucking easy work. And guess what? Most people will never do it. Most people will never do it. And it takes sometimes thousands of lifetimes for us to wake up to it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that at all. But you do get to make a choice. You do get to decide how long you want to be on the hamster wheel. The hamster wheel of, looking for something outside of you, or thinking that somebody's done something to you, or being a victim, or because that's the earth game, and that's going to be going on here forever until the majority of us begin to get off of it, right? Until we begin to have, like what they say, critical mass. And so a lot of that's kind of happening now. We're having a lot of people there's a mass awakening going on, but it never stops. So it's so easy to fall back into it. It's so easy to just forget, to get distracted. One of the things that I see with women, with my girlfriends, like we can be on this path and then you meet somebody and the person that you meet and you fall in love with, they're not on the path. So then you get off of your path to go back into the chaos, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. But then you have to go back to the back. You always have to go to the back of the line again. Like you will lose all of the progress you've made. And many of us just are not willing to give up the comfort, the things. We're not willing to give up the story about love and romance. We're not willing to give up drinking wine every day. We're not willing to give up smoking cigarettes. You know what I mean? And when you really, in the ascension process, it's not that you can't have the things that you like, but nothing can have you. That's the thing. So if you're somebody that does something every day, then that thing has you and you don't have it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can drink wine, you can do all the things you want if you have them and they don't have you. But you got to get to the point where you know the difference, because otherwise you go back to sleep. So today is a Mercury day, and Mercury is our mind, and Mercury's in Pisces, and Pisces is the energy of our collective subconscious and unconscious. It's all these racisms and classisms and all that sort of shit, and religion and, men and all that other stuff that is just like, it's what we've created in this world. And the work is to be able to understand how we are relating to those things. The degree today is 23 degrees, and the 23rd degree is the degree of randomness. So, and the sun is, and the moon is in Sagittarius. And so literally there's you might be feeling a lot of overthinking, or a lot of fire, right? There's a lot of fire and a lot of combustible energy, right? Like arguments and all of that kind of stuff. And the question is, can you just feel what it is you're feeling before you take those actions, before you make somebody the reason why you said such and such, and that, right? Like, it's like I hear myself doing that, and it's like literally understanding that I am the creator of this reality. Everything in my life somehow is for me, because I have created it to assist me in waking up. The only thing that's ever going on is you. Nobody else is ever a part of it, but it seems like it is. And whatever is happening, whatever people are doing, they're doing it to help you wake up. If they are hating you, they're doing it to help you wake up. If they are loving you, they're doing it to help you wake up. If they are gossiping about you, or they're doing it to help you wake up. Now, the challenge is that we hear what they're doing, or we have the experience, and they go, why are they doing that? No, if you know that everything is for you, oh, that's for me. That's actually serving me. How is this serving me? How is this? Because what I'm teaching you to do is to organize the chaos of Pisces and Sagittarius. Because Pisces and Sag together just creates chaos. It's like, right? And so you really want to be asking, how is this serving me? How is this helping me? Because if your intention is to ascend, if your intention is wholeness, if your intention is to shed behaviors and patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you, then you have to meet what's in front of you. You have to meet it with curiosity. You can't meet it with resistance or rejection. You have to meet it with curiosity. And it's the curiosity curiosity is, there's a purity in it. There's a purity in curiosity. There's an innocence in curiosity. And purity and innocence are the only way you can really ascend. There's really no other way. So you cannot be holding judgments against yourself or others. You cannot be at odds with things, and so you have to be able to recognize, oh, I'm at odds with this right now. This is my creation, because everything in this universe everything in your reality is your creation. And if you don't like it, you have to acknowledge, okay, I don't like this. Why don't I like it? Why? And it's not because they did such and such and such. No, it's not that. That your ego will tell you, I don't like it because they did it. Get beneath the ego. Go beneath the ego. Why don't I really like this? So, you have something going on in your life. Why don't I really like this? Oh, because this person is mirroring something that I don't allow myself to do. This person is being something that I won't really, I won't give myself the opportunity. So then I'm feeling resistance and all of that sort of stuff. So we have to really, really, really be willing to take responsibility for everything going on in your reality from a space of curiosity, from a space of innocence and purity, and knowing that it's there serving you. The moon in Sagittarius is about your faith. It's about your vision, where you're going. And I want you to know, Gosh, I feel so emotional right now. I really want you guys to know that faith is a very real thing. It has to be. Faith is the ability to see what is not there. And if you give yourself permission to build a relationship with the God within you, your faith will always be satisfied. Just this morning, I was out. Like yesterday for me was it was a really hard day yesterday. Like really hard. Like for the first time in a long time, I felt the energy of wanting to leave this planet. I used to feel it all the time when I was a child. Like I always was in a story as a teenager about suicide. But yesterday I felt it. I was like, oh, that's the feeling I used to feel when I wanted to leave the planet. And so I just literally started doing, I took a selenite stick, right? And just started massaging. I asked myself, I was like, okay, well, what is it that I need right now? And I heard myself say, you need to get into your body, like get into your body and feel this feeling. And I just began to massage myself with my selenite stick, just massage, just all over, just really, anchoring back into my body. I'm here. I want to be here. Like, literally, I just did this for like an hour or so. And then the energy passed. And so when I went to sleep at some point, I got up this morning and I was cleaning out the cat litter box. And I was like realizing like, woo, I made it through yesterday. Like I got through that day. And when I was out cleaning the cat litter box, I heard a sound right above my head, and I looked up, and there was a seagull flying above me, and made a sound specifically for me so that I would hear it, because that is my seagull is Neptune. Neptune is Pisces, and so that is my signal that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. So what I'm saying is your faith. If you are willing to do the work of this invisible, unseen thing, your faith will assure you. Signals will come. You will be guided. You will not be left alone is what I'm trying to say. You are not alone and you will not be left alone. But you have to take the risk. You have to. You can't do it without taking the risk to leave things behind that you thought you loved dearly or leave. You can't do it without taking the risk. But if you take the risk, you will be met. You will be met. You will be met by the universe. You will be met by grace. You will be met. So I encourage you to strengthen your faith. Strengthen your faith by doing the thing that scares you and asking the universe to show up for you. Talk it out. Talk it out. Like I'm scared to quit this job. I'm scared to leave this relationship. I don't really know. I'm scared to end this behavior. I don't really know how to do it or what's going to come. I'm really afraid. I need some help. I need to know that I'm safe. I need to know. Ask, and you will be met. You will be met. I promise you, you will. All right, y'all. I love you all very, very much. And the next moon cycle starts on the 25th. We're going to be doing Aries new moon with Libra full moon. The theme for this is, if you guys are going to be joining this work, just know that we're going to be moving fast because it's Aries and it's hitting the ground running. That's the theme for the cycle. Let's hit the ground running. So if you need power and push, if you need momentum, if you need, join the moon work this month so that you can get the support to move yourself into a new, you need a container because it has to be consistent. It has to be consistent because you will fall off. That is a part of it. But when you fall off, if you have something in place to help you get back on board, you will. But if you don't have anything in place, when you fall off, you down to the back of the line again. All right, y'all. Have a really beautiful day. Peace and blessings. I love you all very much. I'm blessed to have you guys here, and I'm blessed to be able to be here and be of service. So I am as blessed by this as you are. All right. Bye-bye.